So welcome back to yet again another YouTube video. Now in today's video, I'm kind of just going to cut straight to the chase. I'm giving you guys access to an exclusive free training where I go through how to sign 5 to 10, no joke, 5 to 10 new clients a month for your agency. Basically the way in which we do it, 5 to 10 clients kind of sounds like a lot to some people. However, if you guys follow me on Instagram, you'll know that I just uploaded a story going through an ad account, the agency ad account. Basically we're running ads now for the agency. And in the last 24 hours, we've booked in 8 calls, and those calls, like in terms of quality, every call is above 50,000 a month in terms of, you know, what the brand is making, right? So very, very qualified book calls. And we booked 8 of them in the last 24 hours. So, you know, if you're able to have some sort of machine that churns out sales calls like that, you know, your calendar gets filled up like that, and you're able to deliver on a high level for each of those clients, it's extremely easy to sign 5 to 10 new clients a month. And in this free training that I'm going to give you access to right here, I basically just show you exactly how we are doing that, right? How we are filling our calendar like that, right? Today we've booked in 5 calls. Yesterday it was around, you know, it was like another 3, and it's only like 4 p.m. for me right now when I'm recording this. So the day's not even over, right? And this is something that just routinely churns out automatically. And we've got our outbound prospecting running, and I walk you through all of that and the ideas and kind of show you how we're getting those types of results. Also in the back end, service delivery offers, how you structure done for you offers and done with you offers, and also how you build a team. One of the most important things to scaling your agency, you know, this training is kind of centered around how to, you know, scale from 5, 10 a month to, you know, 100,000 a month, and even starting out as well, you know, as a beginner. One of the most important things to doing that is building a strong team, and I go through all of that in this video in terms of hiring process, etc., etc. So with that being said, I'm just going to cut straight to the chase. As always, if you do find value in this video, make sure you go ahead, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you on the other side. So welcome to the 100K per month agency roadmap. As the name states, in this video, I'm just going to give you a roadmap to 100,000 a month with your agency. I'm also going to show you the structure in which I've built my team to ensure that we're able to deliver 10x. This is an idea that you need to be making sure you're applying to your agency. If you focus on this idea, you're not going to have an issue scaling to 100,000 a month with your agency. And that idea is that you're able to generate your clients 10x whatever your retainer is. So if you're billing a client 7,000 a month, you need to be able to be bringing in 70,000 a month minimum return on ad spend for that respective client. If it's 10,000 a month you're billable, 100,000 a month needs to be what you're generating your client, right? That ensures a long retention rate, and it ensures that you're obviously able to bill a high amount if you're able to bring in 100,000 a month. As I say, you're able to bill 10,000 a month. Now, in order to do that, there's a lot of different concepts that need to be in place. For example, filling your calendar has to be there, right? Filling your calendar more specifically with highly qualified clients. As I say, I'm going to show you my ads manager here in a minute, and I'll show you exactly how we're structuring our advertising to fill our own calendar. And we're actually getting meetings booked right now for around $75 per booked call, per qualified book call that is, which is very, very powerful because now we can just scale, right? It's just like a tap that you can turn on. As soon as you got that foundation in place, you just turn on the tap and really scale up. Also, your team needs to be there, because obviously what you need to initially focus on with your agency is getting like almost like a strand of DNA, right? Perfect a strand of DNA, and only at that point can you then duplicate that strand of DNA, which is going to enable you to scale. But before, you know, if you don't have that perfected strand of DNA, if you don't have that proof of concept, you can't scale, because it's just going to break at scale. Nothing's going to work. You know, you can't scale, right? Because it's just going to break. And so with that being said, let me just jump straight in and just kind of show you everything. So this is the 100K Mrr Action Flow. Now, this is very much from a 100,000 foot view, exactly how to scale your agency to 100,000 a month. So at the top here, we've got foundations, right? Then we go into lead generation, and then we go into sales, service delivery, and then we've got organizational ramping, which is where you really do achieve that 100K MRR point within your agency. Now, we always start with foundations, right? And the reason being is because these assets, right, and the foundation section really underpins your entire agency. A lot of agency owners and coaches and consultants in general think that it's lead generation. You think lead generation, lead generation, lead generation. But oftentimes, so you know, we've got KPIs here, and I don't want to jump around too much, but we've got certain KPIs in place here that we want to be hitting for the respective lead gen method, okay? Now, most agency owners and consultants and coaches are not able to hit these KPIs, and they wonder why. They look at their lead generation like, why is my emails, you know, why are my emails not converting? Why are my ads not working? Why am I spending $500 to get a book call? What's going on? Why is it not working? And to be honest, most of the time, it's not actually the lead gen effort that is, flawed. It's not the lead gen effort that is producing the $500 per book call or, the 0.5% meeting book rate in your outbound prospecting. What it actually is the foundation section. The foundations are either non-existent or they're not aligned with your client acquisition efforts. Now, let me explain what I mean by that. So the foundation section is made up of two parts. One is called the foundational car playbook, and the next section is called crafting new iteration assets. So this is things like landing pages, VSLs, funnels, outbound and inbound emails, etc. Right? And really what this is what's going to convert the prospect. I call this the conversion mechanisms. That is what your foundation is. And how we build those conversion mechanisms is as follows. First of all, as I say at the top, we've got foundational car. Now, bear in mind that all of these assets are pulled directly out of my high level program, which is called Centurion Agency. Now, the foundational car playbook is something I've specifically built. This is not something that is like industry known, but really what it refers to is understanding your prospect, your ideal client on a deep level, right? Really, really understanding where they're currently at, what they want to achieve, what are the bottlenecks that they're facing, right? That is what you really, really need to understand in regards to your ideal client. Because what we can then do is start to build our assets around that specific person's pain, their problems, whatever it is, their ideal destination, where they want to, what they actually want to achieve in their business. If you're able to really understand those points in regards to your ideal customer or client, guess what? You can build tremendously useful assets for that specific customer. Now, obviously, it's blurred, right? You can't see specifically the questions. As I say, these are assets that I've literally pulled directly out of the Centurion Agency program. So I don't want to go too deep into the specifics, but really you can see it's a very, very in-depth document. And basically what this does is it really gets to the root of whoever your ideal client is or ideal customer is, right? So for example, a couple of the questions here is, what's the preconceptions that your ideal client / customer has towards your product or service? For example, agency owners, a lot of clients have a preconception towards agencies, and that is that, they're shit, they can't deliver results, they don't care about my business, all they care about is the agency's retainer, that's all they care about, is just trying to, milk me for all the money I have. They don't actually care about the growth of my business, all that type of stuff. Those are preconceptions. Now, if you're a coach in the real estate niche, for example, you're going to have tremendously different preconceptions to what we would have in the agency space, for example, right? Where are they currently at and where do they want to go? All those things are tremendously, tremendously important, right? And what we can then do, once we are equipped with that information, we can then, as I said to you before, start to build assets around that specific person. And we can start to build assets that are going to be genuinely useful for that specific person who you identified in your foundational car playbook. Right? And as I've said here, these assets literally set the frame for the entire sales encounter. So going back to what I said before, most people look at their outbound prospecting or their ads and think, why is my ads not working? Why are my emails not working? But most of the time, it's because it's their assets that are flawed. Their assets are broken, or worse yet, their assets are non-existent. They don't have any assets. They don't have any conversion mechanisms. Now, the idea of conversion mechanisms is tremendously important, because really what conversion mechanisms act as is the mechanism that actually converts a complete stranger into a booked call. That is what gets the book call, not the email that you send or the Facebook ad that you run, right? It's the actual conversion mechanism that gets the book call. So then what we need to do is really focus on building these assets and conversion mechanisms. As I say, these are things such as landing pages, VSLs, funnels, outbound and inbound emails. These are assets. Right? For example, this is the landing page that I'm currently sending traffic to within my, within our ads. And I'm going to show you the ads manager here in a minute as well. I'm going to show you, walk through kind of the structure, the cost per book call, all that type of stuff. But here, as I say, is the actual conversion mechanism. This is what we are leveraging to actually get the booked call. This is what's getting the book call. It's not the ad. And really, this is a sales page. So this is a VSL at the top here. Okay. It's a very short 15-minute VSL. And then we also have a written sales page. Now, really what this is it's just a sales letter. This entire asset here is a sales letter. The only thing that differs between the VSL and the written sales letter is just the form in which it's distributed in. So this is video, obviously. This is the sales letter that's distributed in video form. And then this is the same sales letter that's distributed in written form. Okay, and you can see it goes quite deep here. And the reason you want to have both written as well as video sales letters, right, as your conversion mechanism is because people consume content differently. Some people prefer to read, some people prefer to consume. And so by doing this, you basically get the best of both worlds. That's kind of how it works, right? However, this is not just a words put on a page. This has an underlying sales letter structure that is, again, going back to the foundational card playbook, that underlying structure is based on our ideal client. And that is why this converts so tremendously well. Right? Also, this is my homepage for Bax Consulting, right? Again, it's very much structured around my ideal client and where they are currently at. So currently at Bax Consulting, our ideal client really is brands who are 100,000 a month or more. Right? That is who our true ideal client is. And so if I was to build assets and build content around how to scale to 20 grand a month, it's not going to attract our ideal client. And this goes into client caliber as well. So a lot of agency owners in particular very much struggle with signing clients who are actually qualified, right? A lot of agency owners really want to work with clients who are at maybe, 50,000 a month with their business, but they're only able to sign clients who are at 10,000 a month. Now the issue there is that they're only attracting clients who are at 10,000 a month. They're not able to attract clients who are 100,000 a month or 50,000 a month, whatever it may be. And a perfect example of this, for example, actually, this pop-up just occurred here, right? Now, a perfect example of this is a pop-up that I have, and now there's an entire email automation in the back end. And again, that's all plug and play inside of Centurion, but that's not the point of this video. What I want to show you here is this pop-up is called the 250K Mrr Ecom Action Flow. Now, specifically here, what you need to really understand is that I've got the 250K Mrr Ecom Action Flow. Now, this only speaks to a certain prospect. And what's extremely important here is to understand the fact that a brand who sees this pop up and, if they're at 5 to 10,000 a month, they see this and they will not resonate with it as much as a brand who is at 100,000 a month. Reason being is because a brand who's at 5 to 10,000 a month is not looking to add an extra $250,000 a month to their bottom line. I say they're not interested. Obviously, every person on earth would like to do that. Every person on earth would like to have an extra 250,000 a month coming into their business, of course. But a brand who's at 5 to 10,000 a month, that's not their main goal. Their main goal is staying alive, right? Their main goal is making that same 5 to 10,000 a month next month. Their main goal is consistency first before they look at, adding an extra couple mil to their income each and every year, right? Whereas a brand who's at 100,000 a month, this is exactly what they are wanting to do. They're wanting to double their business. If they're at 100, they want to get to 200, right? If they're at 100, they want to start to, they're really now looking at how can we start to, add an extra 250,000 a month. So it really, really speaks to that 100,000 a month business owner, which again is who we've identified in our personal foundational card playbook. Okay, so it's very, very important that you build assets around your specific client. And again, this is just another example of that, right? This entire video goes through, for example, here, right? I show a live client ad account, okay? And you can see here the numbers. So the date range in this instance, in this example here, as you can see is, 1st of March to the 25th of March, 2021, right? This was obviously the point in which I recorded this video, this VSL, right? And you can see here the results. So we spent 30,000 and we brought in 215,000. Now, again, a brand who's at 5 to 10,000 a month is not going to be attracted really by these numbers. They may be impressed, but they're not going to resonate with it because guess what? A brand who's at 5 to 10,000 a month does not have 30,000 a month to spend on ad, right? Whereas a brand who's at 100,000 a month most definitely has 30 grand a month to spend on ad. So they're going to look at this and think, oh my God, wow, this is amazing. This is exactly what we need. And they're trying to add, as I said to you before, they're trying to double their business. So if we were able to bring in an extra 215,000 a month, this is in a month view, if we're able to bring in an extra 250,000 a month or 200,000 a month to their business, that is exactly what they're looking for. And it's going to resonate. And guess what they're going to do? They're going to watch this video and they're going to click Let's Chat, which takes them to the booking page for them to go ahead and schedule in a call, as you can see here. So that's really how the foundation section works, right? Building assets around our specific client. Because now what we can do is we can now take these assets and embed them into our client acquisition efforts. And now, because we have assets that are built specifically for our ideal client, our client acquisition efforts are going to massively fall into the KPIs, which we have set out here. Okay, so 4 main ways that we go about signing clients is email marketing, outbound prospecting, retargeting ads, which increases the throughput of the entire funnel, as well as cold ads. Now, the respective meeting book rate KPIs for each of these methods are basically email marketing, you want around a 5% meeting book rate. The reason that's slightly higher is because email marketing, or to get into that list, whether it's from an email, whether it's from an ad, whatever it may be, they're already pretty warm. So naturally, your meeting book rate is going to be slightly higher. Outbound prospecting, you want to be shooting for around a 3% meeting book rate. Retargeting ads, you want around a 10% because again, the pretense of that traffic is much higher, okay? So they're more likely to convert. And then cold ads, you want to be converting around a 5% as well, right? And guess what? You're going to be able to do this if you have assets, again, that actually convert those prospects. Because guess what? Now all we need to do with these lead generation efforts is simply get our prospects to view the assets. That's all we're using emails for now. That's all we're using cold ads for now, right? We're not using the ad or the email to convert the prospect. We're using the ad or the email to convert the prospect into clicking the link, okay? Into taking action on the specific ad to go to the next stage in the funnel, right? In the email, again, the goal is not to get the prospect to book in a call from the email, but the goal is to get the prospect to click the link in the email, which takes them to your conversion mechanism, which guess what? Converts them. Right? You know, there's an idea, you probably heard of it. There's a kind of like an idea / concept in advertising called don't sell the product, sell the click, right? Now that is a very, very murky term because a lot of people don't truly understand what that means. It's like, well, how do you sell the click without selling the product? Well, you sell what's on the other side of the click. That's what you sell. Very, very basic example and very, very common example. I wouldn't recommend to use this, but for example, if you have an info product client, you work in the info product niche, you know, you don't sell the actual info product. What you would sell in that instance is the free training, right? Or the whatever it may be that's on the other side of the click, you know, in the advert, right? And that gets the click, and then the free training converts them from just a basic click random person into an eager to buy prospect, which at that point they then buy the info product, right? And this is an idea that's somewhat basic. A lot of agency owners apply it to their clients, but they don't apply it to their own agency. And when you do apply it to your own agency, this is what happens.
So unfortunately, I did have to cut it short simply because, as I mentioned at the start of the video, this is an exclusive training. Now it's exclusive to my new 100K per month agency secrets Facebook group. Now, if you've not joined, the link is directly below this video in the description. Make sure you go ahead and join. Basically, you'll see as soon as you get accepted into the Facebook group, which is completely free, by the way, you'll see in the announcements tab, I've pinned it at the top of the group. It's the full, I believe it's around 45-minute training. And the feedback that we've gotten so far is ridiculous, okay? So I highly recommend that you go ahead right below this video in the description, join the completely free Facebook group. And as I say, in the announcements section of the Facebook group, once you get accepted, you'll see the full 45-minute training. And obviously, as you've seen a little bit of there, I go through my live agency ad account. I just kind of pull back the curtain and just show you everything that we're doing right now, right? To fill our calendars and as I say, basically just give you the tools required to sign 5 to 10 new clients per month for your agency. And we ensure that those clients aren't just $1,000 a month clients or even $2,000 a month clients, right? When clients work with us, our kind of average billable is anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000 a month. So very high caliber clients. And as I say, in the 45-minute training that you can find inside of our new Facebook group, I reveal everything. So go ahead, link is in the description, request to join the group. If you fill out all the answers, you'll get accepted immediately and you can go ahead and continue the training. And with that being said, as always, I hope you found value and I will see you in the next video.